Hey guys, Jeromy with Civitas Law Group. We're reviewing Daredevil Reborn Episode 1. Heard some really good courtroom scenes in there, so let's see what we got. Court's in session.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Mr. Murdoch. Mr. Poindexter, if you would like to respond, I will allow that before sentencing.
All right, so we're at sentencing here, and actually I was about to criticize this and say, why is nobody questioning Matt Murdock? If he's in the witness booth, somebody should be asking him questions to prompt testimony that he's giving. And he wasn't really even giving testimony as to the facts. So that type of thing that we just heard, talking about justice being served, that does happen a lot. That happens at sentencing. So what we have here is something pretty real. What was confusing me that wasn't real about it is that he was sitting in the witness box. Probably not going to happen during sentencing. Generally speaking, there's a podium in the middle of the room, the area called the gallery, which is sort of not the area by the tables, not quite in front of the judge, but sort of in front of the judge, but back, maybe 10, 15 feet, something like that. They'll go up to the podium, and a lot of people could speak at sentencing. At a murder sentencing, it could be... you could be there all day. I have seen situations where there have been 40, 50 people that want to come and speak to the judge at a murder sentencing. And it could be 40 or 50 people from each side. You have a victim, they're going to have 40 or 50 people saying, we're never going to see our loved one again. A lot of pain in that room because the other side is also saying, we're afraid we're never going to see our loved one again. He may be guilty as sin, but they're all still saying the same thing. We're never going to see this person again. And they're all making a plea from their heart saying, hey, don't put him away forever. And the other side, of course, is saying, put him away forever, throw away the key. Okay, so we do actually have some realism there. It's just, it was set up a little different. Hollywood likes it, and it looks a little more dramatic with him sitting in the witness box.
In accordance with the laws of New York State, you are hereby sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for each count to be served consecutively.
So we only saw him, oh, no, I get it. Okay, so 11 counts. The opening scene, he's going through there and trashing a lot of people. So it looks like he probably killed 11 people in that opening scene. I was trying to figure out where they were getting that from because we're focusing so much on Matt Murdock's partner, but that would actually make sense for 11 counts. What might not make sense, I don't know if New York, in fact, now that I think about it, it does make sense. I don't think New York is a death penalty state. In a death penalty state, 11 counts of murder, especially where they actually happen all on the same night, that's probably getting you the death penalty if you get convicted of, even if you only got convicted of half of them, that's probably death penalty worthy in a death penalty state. But again, I don't think New York is a death penalty state. So again, probably pretty real.
San Francisco's nice. It's different from New York, not too different.
There is some more realistic things happening here. This hallway that they're sitting in right now, I got to tell you, you can kind of see back behind I forget this girl's name, but back behind her, there's like some cracks in the marble maybe, and it looks kind of dirty and old. Yep, pretty typical courthouse. What's really fascinating is where you see new courthouses that just look like, they look like they could be churches or cathedrals or something where we just spend tons of money. But the older courthouses, yeah, they didn't put a ton of money into them. They're just like, build a room. It's a room where a guy is going to come in or a girl's going to come in and be accused of a crime. We don't need it to look like you're going to church or that, they're worth $1 billion or something like that. Don't put a ton of money into those. So this room that they're in actually makes me wonder if they got a real courthouse for that, because that's what it looks like. One more final thought on this appearance of this courthouse. This actually reminds me of the courthouse down in Bisbee, Arizona, which is in fact, it's a tiny little town, but it's a county seat, and so they have a superior courthouse there, and it looks a lot like this hallway that they're sitting in right here. Old building, pretty rundown, kind of crappy. Looks a lot like this.
I didn't mean to be rude. I'm just not sure what she was thinking.
Yeah, she knows I don't date lawyers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, your hours suck and you argue everything.
Okay.
And that's it. Dadgum. We had one courtroom scene in that entire show. That's disappointing. All right. Shockingly low number of court scenes for a show about a lawyer, but it was in fact about a superhero. However, if you think about it, It really was supposed to be a show about a lawyer because he quit being Daredevil in the first 10 minutes of the series. Then he's only in a courtroom one time. He was in a law office a couple of times, but not a whole lot of interesting stuff there. So, oh well. That's Daredevil episode 1. Oh, sorry. Daredevil Reborn episode 1.